Hi there. So my name is Jessica and I wanted to make a video, kind of diary, blog. I don't even know what a blog is. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that fancy, but just about my journey with my autoimmune disease. And I kind of want to start at the beginning and talk about what my story is, because I know there's a lot of people that have the same type of story I do, and there's gotta be people out there that feel like I feel. So I would say for the better part of last year, 2019, I wasn't feeling super great. I had muscle aches that seemed to just kind of migrate around my body and my joints were really bothering me. I had times where I felt incredibly tired, and I just thought, I'm a mom of 4 kids. By the way, I'm a mom of 4 kids. And we were busy with sports and everything else, and that's what my problem was. Well, Halloween, I was out trick-or-treating with my kids, and we had a great night. But I don't know if it was a combination of the cold. I'm from Minnesota. And being out walking all night, I could not sleep. My body hurt so bad. I couldn't even hardly get out of bed the next morning. And finally my husband said, you need to go to the doctor. So I did. And I told the doctor what was going on, and she says, we'll run some tests, and tested me for Lyme's disease and all that. And it came back negative. But one test didn't come back negative. My rheumatoid factor test came back positive. So she wanted to drill down a little deeper and did an ANA test, which is anti-nuclear antibodies, and that also came back positive. So then she wanted to drill down a little deeper and did some specific antibodies, and I tested positive for SSA-Rho antibodies and double-stranded DNA antibodies, which my primary physician called my lupus test. She said that your lupus test is positive and you need to see a rheumatologist. Please don't mind my dog. And so I kind of freaked out. I'm like, okay, so I start Googling and seeing what lupus is, and then I really freaked out. And anyhow, I made an appointment with a rheumatologist. I was not scheduled to get in until March, and this was the very beginning of November. So I was pretty convinced sometime between November of 2019 and March of 2020, I was gonna die. Like, my anxiety was through the roof. It was out of control. Thankfully, I got in to see a rheumatologist in December. I got called early. Not gonna pause it. And so I went in, and she said, it doesn't look like there isn't enough systemic criteria to diagnose me with lupus, but it looked like Sjogren's disease, which is another systemic autoimmune condition. And that's basically what she said, and I was like, oh, well, okay. And that was the end of our visit. And then I started getting more symptoms. There was no resolution to any of the pain that I was having, and I was letting her know that. So then starting in January, she started me on a drug called hydroxychloroquine. And I think that has helped the way that some of my muscle aches and pains, it is not gone, but it has definitely helped that factor. I was supposed to go into for my checkup in March to check my liver functions, because hydroxychloroquine can affect your liver, and my doctor canceled on me. And I was pretty upset by that, because I felt like I wasn't important. And I had questions. I had a couple months to clear my mind, and I had questions that I wanted answered. Thankfully, the original appointment that I had in March with a rheumatologist, I did not cancel, because I did reschedule with the first rheumatologist that I saw after she canceled on me, and she canceled on me a second time. And I thought, I'm not gonna go back to her. I don't feel like I'm a priority. So I went and saw this other rheumatologist, and she drew all my blood work again, told me that there wasn't anything that we didn't know, and to stay on the Plaquenil, hydroxychloroquine, and come back in June. And so that is pretty much where I'm at right now. She also said that it looks like Sjogren's to her, but there is no for sure diagnosis. I know I saw on one of my medical records it said undifferentiated connective tissue disease, which is pretty much what they tell you when you have an autoimmune disease and they don't know exactly what it is. I do know that the disease that I have is systemic, and it can affect any part of my body at any time. So that in and of itself can be terrifying. And I'm just thinking that there's gotta be other people out there that are dealing with similar situations that I am, where you have so much on the line with your life. I'm 35 years old. I've been married for 15 years. We've got 4 beautiful children. And the worry and fear that I have is not for myself. It's for them. And I'm really hoping, I'm in a support group for Sjogren's on Facebook and undifferentiated connective tissue disease on Facebook. And I read posts, but I don't really post anything. I feel like those are great, but I want more of a personal connection. And I'm hoping by doing this, sorry again, and by creating this channel and sharing my story and what I'm going through, what my fears and worries are when I have good days and bad days, hopefully more good, that I can create this network of people that are also suffering and struggling with autoimmune diseases, not just physically, but mentally, because you gotta be there to support each other. It's really hard to talk to other people about how you feel. And I feel like it's an elephant in the room. No one really wants to ask me or talk about it, which is fine. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for anything like that. I'm just looking for someone who says, I get it. I understand. And it's frustrating for me that there isn't an answer, and there really is no good way to get one. In order to get diagnosed with a specific autoimmune disease, it takes a long time. And people go through a lot, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. And I feel like we can do better than what we're doing right now. So I don't know. I'm hoping that people who have autoimmune conditions will subscribe to my channel and listen to my videos and hopefully take away that you are not alone. The way you feel is valid. It's valid. And to don't be afraid. Because we're all in this together. Maybe, someday, this is my vision. As you get to know me, you'll realize that I have this wild imagination. And my vision would be for this channel is that we can get enough subscribers and enough people to rally together and support each other with our autoimmune diseases. Maybe we can make some money and raise and donate towards the research and treatment of autoimmune diseases. That's my goal. There's not enough out there. It takes too long. The treatments are not great. And there's so many people that are affected and so many different diseases. So that's all, I think. Thank you for listening. Drop a like, subscribe. I'll be back. Hopefully I'm not gonna cry again.